Hello, students, and welcome to another edition of Mr. Hargrove's math class, where today we're going to talk about circle graphs. Now, in order to understand this circle graphs unit, it's very important that you understand the percent bar, because the circle graphs unit is going to be very much geared towards the percent bar, as we're going to use the percent bar to answer the majority, if not all, of the questions here. So let's go ahead and get started. The learning target and success criteria read as such. In this lesson, we will solve problems using data represented in circle graphs, including part-to-whole and part-to-part comparisons and equivalents. Students will know that they are successful when they can comprehend the information presented in the circle graph and answer questions using the percent bar. So let's start off with generally, what is a circle graph? And what information does it display? Well, it displays data as parts of a whole. So you can think about it like a pie that's being divided up, where each section represents a part of something. So if we look at this circle graph, it's related to favorite pizza toppings. So that means that a group of people was asked what are their favorite pizza toppings, and out of that group, 35% said cheese, 30% said pepperoni, 20% said mushroom, and 15% said other. Now, with this information, we can answer some questions, which moves us to this first question. It says, a total of 250 students were surveyed. How many preferred other toppings? Round to the nearest whole number. So it's asking how many of them said that other was their favorite topping, which means that they want us to look specifically at that 15% in the other section. Now I'm going to go ahead and use a percent bar to answer this question, because we were trying to figure out how many students, and we don't know exactly how many, but we do know that 15% represents the percent that chose other. So 100% is going to go right here, and I'm going to put 250 right across from it, because that represents the whole number of students that were surveyed. We'll put this 15% here, and remember, we always want our percents on the same side. It's very important. And I'm going to put my X right here, because I do not know the exact number that 15% represents, but I can figure it out by cross multiplying and solving for X. So let's do 100 times X, and that's going to give me 100X equals, and then the other cross product is 215 times 15. So this is 100X equals 3,750. That's what 250 times 15 equals. And then I need to divide both sides by 100, since that is the number that is next to X. That's going to give me X equals 37.5. And it says round to the nearest whole number, which makes sense since we're dealing with people. That's going to be approximately 38 students preferred other as their favorite pizza topping. So that's all we do here. Let's move on to the next question. It says, out of 250 students, how many like cheese or mushroom? So cheese or mushroom, and we're going to round our answer to the nearest whole number. Anytime you see that word or in problems like this, you want to add. You're going to want to do some addition, because it's saying that cheese or mushroom, I'm happy with any outcome as long as it's cheese or mushroom. So I want to add the percentages of cheese and mushroom together. So we got cheese, we got mushroom here. We need to add up that 35 and the 20. If I do 35 plus 20, it gives me 55%. So that is the percent that I'm going to use in my percent bar. We have 100%, and we're going to keep our percents over here. So we're going to say this is 55%. 250 is still going to be that number that represents the total number of students, and X right here. Same process. We're going to cross multiply and solve for X. So 100 times X is 100X equals 250 times 55. So this is going to be 100X equals 250 times 55 equals 13,750. Same process. I'm going to divide both sides by 100. That's going to give me X equals 137.5. But again, they want us to round our answer to the nearest whole number. So that's going to be 138. So we would say that out of 250 students, 138 said that cheese or mushroom was their favorite topping. All right, let's move to our final example. It says out of 250 students, how many more students like cheese than pepperoni? Now we should remember from our bar graphs and dot plot video, anytime you see that phrase, how many more, that should prompt you to do some subtracting. So we're going to subtract. We're going to find the difference between the cheese and the pepperoni percentage. So looking here at cheese and at pepperoni, let's find the difference between them. So I'm going to do 35 minus the 30, and that's going to get me 5% is the difference between cheese and pepperoni. And now when I make my percent bar, again, this is going to be 100%. We're going to put that 5% there. 250 is still my total. X is going to go here. Same process. You notice with the percent bar, you're doing the same thing. Once you set it up, you're cross multiplying and solving for X. So that's going to give me 100X equals 250 times 5, or 100X equals 1,250. I need to divide both sides by 100. And when I do, that gives me X equals 12.5. But I'm dealing with people, and I'm going to round this to the nearest whole number. So we're going to say that that is approximately 13 students. So out of 250 students, we would say that 13 students like cheese over pepperoni. All right, that's all I have for you. Thanks for your attention.